What's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, and welcome to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about Josh Downs, a Colts wide receiver. Yeah, the wide receiver 2 for the Colts. And we'll be doing a player breakdown, maybe some info that you should be jumping on right now. So I don't want to waste any more time. So let's get right into the episode. So we're going to jump into Josh Downs. Now, he's been a wide receiver too that's been very consistent in the last couple of weeks. I love how he started the season as well as a guy that looks eager to get on the field and earn these targets. But in the last 4 games, if we really look at Josh Downs, him and Michael Pittman numbers are very similar, very close. They're both averaging 16 fantasy points per game right now, and they both have a pair of touchdowns. The only difference between the two is that Josh Downs has more receiving yards than Michael Pittman, despite seeing less targets. So he's getting it done through the air, and him and Gardner Minshew are connecting very well. And I definitely like that Josh Downs is a sneaky guy that you've been sliding in the starting lineups in and out. But I think he's entering that realm where he could be a star and forget. I mean, he's one of 3 rookies right now who have a 20% target share this season. So he joins Puka Nacua and Zay Flowers. So he's getting constant volume every single week, and every single week he's just been looking better and better in connecting with Gardner Minshew and playing a nice wide receiver 2 to Michael Pittman. I think Josh Downs is actually a nice trade target, being that the fantasy playoffs are coming up, and also the trade deadline for some fantasy leagues, they're right around the corner. So I definitely think you need to go ahead and try to make an aggressive trade for Josh Downs, because right now you need guys that have depth, guys that are seeing volume, and he's a rookie where I've been starting him over some notable guys. He's starting to become that start and forget guy. Like I said, I've been starting him over Calvin Ridley. I mean, in my flex position with T. Higgins and Aaron Jones, Michael Thomas, like these are some notable names where I never thought I would be putting a rookie in starting lineups over these guys. So you got to look at this matchup this week against the Panthers. You're probably a little worried, like, hey, this week he has a tough matchup. The Panthers defense are kind of tough against wide receivers. They're allowing less than 20 fantasy points per game to wide receivers, which is fine. Because if you look at the last 4 games, like I mentioned, those defenses are nothing to be slept on. He had to go against the Browns. He had to go against the Jags, the Saints, and the Titans. So these are defenses that are very stellar and probably would have gave your average wide receiver a run for their money. But Josh Downs is a very special player on this Colts offense, and that's why I'm telling you to go ahead, try to invest in him, try to get him on your roster. And if you got him on your roster, I'm pretty sure you're happy you're hearing this, because things are looking up. The needle is moving for me for Josh Downs going into year 2. I'm already thinking till next season where he could possibly go in drafts, because man, I needed some Josh Downs in 2023 fantasy playoffs and in 2024 on my roster. So I really want you guys to really think about your rosters right now and how you can try to go trade for them. Or if you're an owner and you're sitting here sitting pretty, you should be happy that you got Josh Downs, and you shouldn't be trying to question if you're going to put him in starting lineups each and every week, because he's playing well against some really, really tough defense. Like I said, the Jags, Browns, Titans, Saints, these defenses are nothing to be slept on and are stingy against wide receivers as well. But each of those matchups, he's had over 13 fantasy points in each of those matchups and scored in 2 of those games. So I'm looking for the ceiling for Josh Downs to be on my roster to help me through the fantasy playoffs. And if you're looking to trade for him, he could be a guy that can help you get to the fantasy playoffs. So hopefully this information was great for you and I didn't ramble too much, but make sure you guys like and subscribe to the RotoBaller Fantasy Sports YouTube channel. Please leave your comments below, your start and sit questions, and I'll try to answer them all the way up until game time. And of course, you can follow me at Real Deal Fantasy on all social media platforms. Until next time.